Hello and welcome along to the TrackTalk season review for 2019. We've come to the end of what's been a glorious year here at the Singapore Turf Club, and plenty to look back on this show. Both Luke Marlowe and Dan Cobby have joined me here in the studio, and Luke, first to you on what's been a superb year here at Kranji. There's been plenty of highlights along the way.
Yeah, there sure has, Nick. Hello to you and hello everyone. Great to be with you to talk about a fantastic year of racing. My first full year living here in Singapore, and I've thoroughly enjoyed all of the action. I hope you have as well, and look forward to reliving some of these good memories.
Indeed, plenty of good memories down along the way. Obviously, plenty of highlights. Our 7 Group 1 races, and there's been some vintage winners of those races.
Yeah, there definitely has, Nick. Looking forward to going through all the races, of course, here on the end of season review. The Kranji Mile for mine is certainly one of the highlights, but look, Group 1's away from that as well. Great to see a horse like Blizzard get his first feature here in Singapore, and of course, unfortunately, guys, we saw the departure of Debt Collector, which was a bit of a sad story in 2019, but all the same, of course, plenty of highlights along the way.
It certainly was, and it all got going back on January 1, 2019 with the New Year Cup down, and a race that certainly provided us with a nice result as well.
Yeah, it certainly did. The first feature of the year was certainly one of the highlights of season 2019. Of course, the first feature of the year was the New Year Cup at Group 3 level over 1,200 metres. It was one of only 3 features held on the Poly Service for the entire year. Punters didn't know which way to look, and the New Year Cup ended up proving to be one of the most open markets for a feature race all year, and certainly one of the biggest fairy tales.
Gates open, they're off in the New Year Cup. Raffaello broke beautifully from the inside. Special King is going forward with Constant Justice. Skywalk, Super Fortune. Super Winner getting his ears scrubbed off is wide. From Now You See, Maximus handy. Blizzard is drifting back. Jupiter Gold on the rail being ridden forward. Poseidon, Nova Strike last of all. Super Winner, Special King take the lead now. Skywalk third, and Raffaello straight into the box seat. He's cruising right behind them now. Skywalk is travelling on his outside. They were followed by Now You See, 3 deep going around Super Fortune. Maximus just off the speed, and the speed is good. Constant Justice, Jupiter Gold behind them. They were followed by Nova Strike. Blizzard starting his move. Poseidon last, 23.64 and 34.90. They have flown these leaders, and they'll come back soon. Super Winner in front, but he's out on his feet already from Special King. Now You See pulling wide. Raffaello starts his move on the outside. Constant Justice running home. Maximus weaving a passage. Where's Blizzard? He's a long way back at the moment. Raffaello, Constant Justice, they're sprinting up on the outside. Constant Justice poked his nose in front of Raffaello. There's no Blizzard though. Constant Justice, Glenn Boss surges him to the lead. Raffaello won't lie down, but Constant Justice wins the New Year Cup. Constant Justice.
Veteran trainer Mohammed Yusuf wound back the clock to take out his first feature race in 10 years, with his last being in the 3 Rings Trophy in 2009. Constant Justice would end up being jockey Glenn Boss's final feature race winner in the Lion City before returning home to Australia. The following feature race was the Fortune Bowl held during Chinese New Year. The 1400 metre contest was a starting point to get the year underway for some of Singapore's classiest horses, including the ever-consistent Count of Monte Cristo, Derby winner Jupiter Gold, and new kid on the block, Mr. Clint.
Towards the turn, and Affleck shows the way. A half count of Monte Cristo. Robin Hood's had a wide run. Raffaello, Blizzard is poised for his run just behind them. Then Alibi, Jupiter Gold, Super Fortune pulling out, and so too is Forever Young. They're into the straight now, down past the 350, and Count of Monte Cristo's moving up on the outside, and he's swept to the lead now. Count of Monte Cristo took it up. Blizzard's running on strongly. In behind those, Robin Hood, Mr. Yo, Jupiter Gold, 100 out. Count of Monte Cristo in front. Blizzard's trying to get to him. He's wearing him down. Count of Monte Cristo and Blizzard, they drive to the line in a great finish. Blizzard bobbed, he might have got there.
The Fortune Bowl would prove to give former Hong Kong galloper Blizzard his first and only feature race victory in Singapore before finishing second in the Kranji Mile to Southern Legend. Newly licensed winning rider Daniel Moore recorded his first group race victory for long-time supporter Lee Freeman. Blizzard was later retired in late 2019 and boarded a flight to Australia to have a happy retirement. The featured 1200 metre sprint for 3-year-olds promised to be a mouth-watering contest, and it certainly didn't disappoint. Star on the Rise Bold Thruster had one hoof on the trophy prior to the running, but with a brutal speed set up front, more potential stars emerged from the pack to challenge.
Racing in the 3-year-old sprint.
And Bold Thruster jumped cleanly from the inside. He's mustering good speed. Limbs Dream coming across and goes to second. Quadcopter, Macam Lad, Handy. Limbs Lightning looking for a trail just behind them. Then Ararat Lady, followed by Revolution. Back on the inside, Siam Blue Vander with his stablemate Siam Vipasiri just cluttered up between horses. They were being followed at that stage of the race by Pennywise. Top Knight, he's been run off his legs. No Fun, No Gain, and Fire Away is last of all. 23.51, they are flying in the sprint. Bold Thruster shows the way by 3/4 on Limbs Dream. Quadcopter running third as they make the turn, being followed by Macam Lad. Ararat Lady was next, then Limbs Lightning and Revolution as they come into the straight now. 300 to go and Bold Thruster. He shook off Limbs Dream second, then Quadcopter. Limbs Lightning starting to run home down the outside, then Revolution. Top Knight, Siam Vipasiri threading through. She looks some sort of threat. 150 out, Bold Thruster starting to tire. Siam Vipasiri is coming, and so is Top Knight on the outside. Bold Thruster, Top Knight, Siam Vipasiri, Bold Thruster.
Trainer Shane Barchiger notched up his first feature race for the season in a year to remember, and stable rider John Power finally got his chance to guide the Thruster to a group race victory after missing majority of his race career due to light weights. Bold Thruster bypassed the remaining 2 legs of the 3-year-old series, which allowed a certain Knight to rise to the top. The Chairman's Trophy will go down as one of the highlights of season 2019. The 1600 metre feature promised to deliver a hot field, and it certainly didn't let anyone down. Singapore's premier horse, Debt Collector, was back at the race as second up in preparation to tackle the Kranji Mile next of all, as well as 2018 Gold Cup winner Elite Invincible and a host of feature race winners including Predator, Blizzard and Count of Monte Cristo.
Drifts back, he's second last early. Limbs Magic is behind him. Good speed in the early stages. Makanani, Forever Young moving up on the outside. Elite Invincible not far from the speed, and Blizzard is camped just behind them, fourth on settling down. Just got his head up for a stride as he was steadied off heels inside of Circuit Land. Alibi is on the inside, then Nova Strike 3 lengths away to Count of Monte Cristo, ridden quietly today. He's on the inside of Predator, then Limbs Magic and Debt Collector. He just drops away last, as is his usual pattern of racing. He's 12 off them. They roll off the back straight. 24.48 was the first 400 metres, and they've got 9.50 to go. It's Makanani travelling strongly in the lead by a half length on Forever Young. Elite Invincible third on the outside. He's had no luck. He's without cover. Alibi improves on the rails. Blizzard is fifth before the turn, followed by Nova Strike. Circuit Land, they're bunching up. Predator pulling to the outside, then Count of Monte Cristo, Limbs Magic. Debt Collector last, being saved up for one run at them. They're in the straight now up towards the 500 metres in the Chairman's Trophy. Makanani led by 1 length, gave a kick from Forever Young. Elite Invincible starts to run on, then Blizzard. And Debt Collector's made to the outside, and I can hear a rumble starting to appear down the middle of the track, and here he comes, Debt Collector. He's gathered them in quickly. 200 to go. Count of Monte Cristo gets a split, and he dives through to give chase to Debt Collector, but surely no horse could come past the champ. Debt Collector in front. Count of Monte Cristo, could he do it?
Debt Collector held off a gallant challenge yet again from Count of Monte Cristo to win his 8th and final feature race in Singapore, which included 5 Group 1 victories. The combination of Rod, Brown and owner Glenn Wittenbury were to the fore yet again, and despite a certain Debt Collector leaving Singapore's shores to head to Australia, a hot commodity was to burst onto the scene for the combination not long after DC's departure.
He was an absolute superstar, wasn't he, Gents? Debt Collector, and I think of that first portion there, Luke, he was by far and away the standout for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing to note about that last race, the Chairman's Trophy, was the losing ride from Glenn Boss on Count of Monte Cristo, Nick. I think one of the better losing rides all year, but Debt Collector, he knows where the line is, and he was too good.
He certainly is, and the horse that won the sprint, Dan, he was busy most of the year, culminating in that win on the final day as well, Bold Thruster.
Yeah, exactly right. That was his race to lose, so to speak. He had that one hoof on the trophy throughout the whole season, but what a race it turned out to be, with Top Knight, of course, flashing late to make a race of it. Indeed. The first 4 features then here on the Track Talk review for 2019. Do join us after the break, where we've got many more features to preview for year 2019.